everybody, it's Jan from Jan's Journey. I haven't seen you guys in a long time. It's been busy and life's been going on, but had a few requests to actually answer some questions and requests to post more videos, so I'm gonna try. But honestly, it's hard, y'all, doing videos and then editing and everything. But today I'm going to answer some questions for those of you who ask me questions frequently on Instagram. I thought this would be a great way to actually answer all of them, because it's so hard to get to the Instagram direct messages and things like that, and I don't want people to think I'm just ignoring them, because I know what it was like for me. So what we're going to do is go through questions and answers and anything you want to do, really. So we'll get started. All right, so I got a bunch of questions, and I get lots of questions all the time on Instagram, and we're just gonna go through them and answer them and hopefully shed some light on my experience. The first thing I want to give you guys is my stats. My surgery was June 16th of 2017, so I'm almost 2 years out, and I have lost a total of 119 pounds, and I've been kind of wavering back and forth, but my starting weight was approximately 271 pounds, and I am now at 152 pounds. So I'll post some pictures, and you guys that follow me on Instagram see my pictures all the time. But yeah, I've lost 119 pounds. So what we're going to do is we're going to just start off with the questions that people had first and kind of go through there. And I wrote down some of them. So we'll first pull out the ones that I actually wrote down. Okay. And so first question is from my girl, Simply Sheeta. Hey Sheeta girl, how you doing? But Sheeta asks, what, if any, was the one thing you wished you had practiced in pre-op so you would have been better after you were sleeved? Girl, Sheeta, let me tell you, what I wished that I had done was practice drinking water, because I really never drank a lot of water before, and of course you gotta stay hydrated. So that's probably my biggest thing, was actually drinking water, because I still even now have a problem drinking as much as I really should. So you guys stay hydrated, for real. No joke there. You really gotta stay hydrated. The good thing with some of the other things that I practiced was, before I had surgery, they had told me, listen, practice eating smaller, practice doing the shakes, you're going to be living on minimal calories. And so what I did is, before they even put me on my liquid diet, I practiced having just liquids and having a meal a day and things like that. So that kind of prepared me, because we get so stuck after the surgery that we think we're hungry because we're so used to eating. And the mental hunger will mess you up, because physically you won't be able to eat, but your mind is telling you you want everything and anything that you can have. But if you try, don't worry, your sleeve will let you know that you're not going to eat it. So you will learn, no doubt about it, you will learn. So next question is from Right's Never Wrong. Hey girl, with my namesake. But you asked me, how do you break stalls? Well, let me tell you, I stalled a lot, all the time. In the very beginning, I was stalling mainly because I wasn't eating enough, and that was one of the things my doctor told me to watch out for. Your body will think it's starving, so it will hold on, it'll hold on until it knows that you're not trying to starve it to death. So I just stayed consistent. Just stay on your protein. And sometimes I would even switch it up. I'm not keto, you guys. Not at all. I need carbohydrates, especially for my energy levels. Now, do I do excessive carbs? No, I don't. So I'm low carb, still high protein, but I still can't eat a lot. Even after 2 years, I don't eat that much. And I still do my protein shake pretty much every morning. That's all I have. I'm not a big morning eater, so I do have a protein shake pretty much every morning. I switch between Premier Protein and Chike, which I've posted on Instagram a few times. But Chike was what my doctor had prescribed to me, and I continue to use it. I drink the coffee Chike, and I add almond milk, and I mentioned that in the video too before, but Chike is my kind of go-to one. But stalls, you just kind of have to endure them. Even in the beginning, I had stalls here, stalls there, and they would last a month, they would last a week, and then all of a sudden I would just drop weight. Stalls are going to happen, you guys, but I am a firm believer that the slower the better in weight loss. When you lose slowly, you tend to be able to keep the weight off a lot easier. And to me, my results were better because it was slow and it was steady. But stalls are just one of those things. Just fight your way through them and just keep on going. And let's see here. Next question. We got my girl, Nola Diva, asked, how much did I lose in my first year? So, in my first year, I actually hit 100 pounds right in May of 2018. So it was 11 months when I lost 100 pounds. And by my first year, it was just a little bit over 100. Mine had really slowed down. And if you guys see my calendars on Instagram, you'll see that I didn't lose like large amounts of weight every month. I would, 2 here, 3 there, 4 there per month. It really kind of slowed down once time went on. And I've been fine with that because, like I said, I feel like my results were better because it was slow. Take your time. Don't rush it. It just, to me, it's better on your skin because your skin is an organ and your skin has the opportunity to bounce back. And if you're older like me, y'all, then you really do want that skin to, stretch back as much as possible. And by the way, consult your physician about everything. I am not a doctor to all, and I do have a medical background. I did go to medical school, but I always say consult your physician in regards to everything and your body and your physical, history. Your history plays a part in that, and your body type and what you can endure. So like for me, keto is not for me. Full-blown keto is not for me at all. I tend to not have the energy I need to do the things I normally do, whether it be just day to day or working out. I do have carbs, but I have complex carbs. I tend to watch very closely what I eat. But trust me, I've had some stuff, y'all. I done had some things. I done had some chips. I done had some cake. I done had some ice cream. I won't do the ice cream thing again. I was lactose intolerant before. I ain't playing that game no more. But I tend to get sick every time I try and do something stupid. But the girl that was in me is still in me. So I like certain things. I like food. But I can't eat anywhere near as much as I used to. And I know how to say no now, so you will learn how to do that as well. Let's see here. We're gonna go on to the next question. We got Pammy Pam asked me if I have loose skin and how do I handle it. Girl, I think everybody has loose skin. Come on now, there's loose skin right there. A lot of people think I don't have loose skin, but come on, look, y'all, look, that's loose skin. I got loose skin. Please don't think I don't have loose skin. I don't have as much loose skin on my stomach, which that tends to be the big thing for a lot of people. I really don't have a lot of loose skin on my stomach, and I'll show you guys, within this video, I'll show you, or I'll insert some pictures somewhere and let you see. I just generally don't, but what I do, I make sure to moisturize my skin all the time. After every shower, I put on the oils, and I've listed the oils on Instagram a few times as well, but I use Neutrogena sesame oil, I use a Palmer's Skin Therapy, and more recently I started using Victoria's Secret, it's called Coconut Sleeker, I believe it is, but I moisturize like crazy. That is a must for me, for sure. All right, so let's see here. Our next question is from my girl who, you know who you are, Patrice the Fabulous, my ace in the hole, Patrice the Fabulous. She says she's 50 years young, like me, girl, like me, and she recently developed a little high blood pressure, not only because of age, but predisposition, but because of all the cheese, lunch meats, pickles, etc. that I've been eating. How do you steer clear of high sodium foods while eating bariatric keto-ish? Well, I just said I'm not keto all the way, keto at all. I am modified type keto, kind of low calorie situation. Not low calorie, excuse me, low carb situation. But what I do, for real, Patrice, is I had high blood pressure before, so I always was cognizant of my intake of sodium. So a normal person wants to take in about 2,500 milligrams, I believe, of sodium. And I'll check that for you to make sure, but I'm pretty sure it's 2,500 milligrams to stay under. But we get most of our sodium from just our everyday eating. But girl, you got to watch it with those lunch meats and your pickles and things like that. So what I generally do is I go with fresh or frozen vegetables a lot of times. Seasonings that I use Mrs. Dash. No sodium at all in it. And I cook at home a lot, so I'm able to control the amount of sodium. Don't get it twisted. I have sodium in some other stuff, but I try to stay away from canned vegetables or canned things or any types of lunch meats because they preserve them with sodium, so they're going to be higher in content. So you just try and choose things that are lower content sodium. Try and stay with fresh vegetables or frozen vegetables. Those tend not to have as much sodium also. And I know you be eating out all the time, girl, because I see you on Instagram. I see you out having a good old time. You better tell them folks stop putting all that salt on your stuff when you go out with your peeps. But just try and be diligent. Just as long as you're cognizant of everything you're kind of taking in, it'll force you to keep that sodium low in your diet. But if you're gonna cook at home and all that good stuff, try and make sure you're using lower sodium things. You have to cut down on them pickles. Like I said, how do you think the pickles are preserved in that pickle juice? They use a lot of sodium. So those are the things that I do, because I already, like you, I have a predisposition, and my family had high blood pressure. Everybody did. So we all had to worry about it, and that was pre-surgery, and now my blood pressure is not high right now, but I do make sure to watch everything that I intake and try and steer clear of things that are higher in sodium. But let's see here. I hope that answered that question. What other questions do we got here? Oh, my girl Dombo_11. She said she's 2 weeks out, y'all. Welcome to the losers, bitch. It's gonna be all right. Don't worry. She said, I'm only 2 weeks out, and to be honest, she's regretting her decision right now. We all have a little buyer's remorse because we're forced to break habits that we're not accustomed to. She has a great support system, and that always helps, and she's thankful. But unless you can really relate, you don't understand. That's true. You know, when you're doing it by yourself, your family can support you, but they really just don't know what you're going through. What she is concerned about, she's afraid that she will fail, not eat enough, get dehydrated, and lack of protein. I know this is a lot, but I need to vent. It's all right, girl. We all vent. Listen, let me tell you, the first month for me was difficult. I did all kinds of stuff. I sat there and watched TV. I was missing food so bad. I remember sitting watching marathon Diners, Drive-In, and Dives. I was so mad. I was just watching Food Network. I was just missing food. I was missing that which made me happy, so I thought. And then I had a great support system, but they just, you know, nobody really understands what you're feeling inside. As far as getting dehydrated and things like that, so you just sip, just keep on sipping, just keep your water next to you, just keep your protein shakes next to you, and just sip, sip. It's going to get easier. The first month is hard, and you can ask anybody. It was hard for all of us. There is nobody that will say that it was just, you know, a breeze and it was just easy and I just lost all the weight and it was wonderful. It wasn't always wonderful. But you're gonna make it through this. You really will. And then the other thing is, honey, it's done. You're gonna have to get through it, because there's no going back. We've done it. We've all done it, and so now we have to kind of take our choices and figure it out. And you're gonna figure it out. It's gonna take some time, but you will find out. This is your life. Like you said, you're fighting for your life and you're fighting for your health, and it's just a difficult thing, and it will get easier, but then it's still hard all the time. That person that we were before lives in us, no doubt about it, and you're not gonna fail. There's just not even an option. As long as all of us in this weight loss community are here, we're all here for you to vent, to scream, to yell, to get mad, to cry, whatever it is that you need. Just come to this community. It's a great community. I've met such wonderful people and just so helpful all the time. Hit me up if you need me, honey. DM me, whatever. But just keep sipping your protein and just take your time and, you know, work on that mental thing. That mental thing is the toughest part. I know that was for me. Okay. Let's see here. Stacy Tree Girl. She says, let's see. Hey there, as always, I love your posts. They are my daily inspiration. Thanks, Stacy. I'd like to hear about how you plan your workouts. Did you hire a trainer, follow a program, etc.? So far, I only do classes, and I'm not really sure what to do on my own. Girl, let me tell you, when we're going in, but I guess if we all had exercise before, we probably wouldn't have been in the situations that we are in. After surgery, my doctor, you know, really told me there was no rush because I was going to be losing weight. He really wanted me to focus on eating, and I focused on eating, honestly, for a long time. I mean, months, Stacy. I was merely focused on getting my behaviors together, because if I didn't have my mental together when it came to my relationship with food, if I didn't get it together, it just wasn't gonna work for me. I never hired a trainer. I had amassed a bunch of workout equipment in my house for the numerous times I had attempted to lose weight. So I have a treadmill in my house. I have an abundance of weights and things like that. But walking was like the first thing that I did, just walking. And that was the best thing for me at the time. That's probably also why my weight loss was significantly slower than everybody else. I didn't hit the gym quick, and I did not hire a trainer. Now the crazy thing is many moons ago, when I was younger, because I'm 50 now, y'all. Like I said, I actually used to work out all the time. So I was in the gym, 5-6 days a week when I was in my 20s. So I knew how to work out, and with my medical background, I pretty much knew what to do when it came to my body and working out. So I did not hire a trainer. I think trainers are great, especially if you're not familiar. So if you have the ability to hire a trainer, I say absolutely do that, because they can then target the things that you want to and teach you how to do the proper exercises to get the proper results. My regimen now is not consistent. Lord knows I need to be consistent, y'all. My daughter talks so bad about me all the time, because she's like, you know what, Ma, you need to work out. She goes to the gym every day, pretty much. She goes about 5 days a week. I be struggling. Y'all, the struggle is real when it comes to working out for me. Luckily, my body remembers what it was many years ago. So when I did lose weight, my body looks very athletic, because my body was always athletic looking when I was younger. So I still have an athletic build, even though I probably don't work out as much as I should and probably could. But I have a free gym at my job. I also have a gym in my community here, and then I have a home gym. So I'll use my kettlebells. I get on my treadmill. While I'm working, I'll actually lift weights and things like that. I don't have a set regimen. I really pretty much do what I feel when I feel like it. I've done yoga. A good friend of mine has invited me to Pilates. I think I'm going to try that. But just find what works for you. It doesn't matter what you do. Find what works for you. Like I said, I did not exercise in the first many months, I would say 4 or 5 months probably, of after surgery. I was focused strictly on my food. Keep it real with y'all. I was not exercising. Okay, that was for me. You gotta do what works for you, and everybody's journey is not the same. Okay, let's see here. What other questions do we have here? I think that might be like the majority of the questions that I got. I get questions all the time in direct message, and I tend to answer them, but I plan on talking about other things as well. One of the things I want to talk about, y'all, is I do use my waist trainer, and I use it when I'm at the gym mostly, and I'll use it around the house when I'm doing things around my home. But I did just get a new one, and the one I use right now, as everybody's probably seen on Instagram, is the J Sculpt. So the J Sculpt is the one that I used most frequently, but I just got a new one, and you guys might know the Chic Savvy Belle, and I call her, she's pretty awesome. She has a business called the Belle Society, and she actually sells waist trainers. So I bought one of hers because I'm all about supporting business ventures and people with their own businesses, and the sisters. I'd be trying to support y'all. So I did buy a waist trainer. So I'm gonna actually review it and let y'all know how it works out for me. I use mine basically, like I said, around the house or when I'm working out. They help my posture. But the big thing for me is trying to be more consistent now with my working out, and trying to make sure that now I'm about to hit 2 years on June 16th. I need to, continue on and not slide backwards, but all is well. Like I said, I am going to be at my 2-year mark on the 16th of June. So in just a few more days, y'all, in about 2 weeks, not quite 2 weeks, but 2 weeks. And I'm still at 119 pounds down, and I've kind of been at that point. I've been flip-flopping between literally like 152 and I'll go to like 155. So it's been kind of up and down that way. I've been pretty consistent, and right now I'm just not concerned about numbers where I'm at. I'm fine with the way my body looks. And I'm going to talk more about the loose skin thing. I'm going to show you guys some pictures. Also, plan on doing a haul. I get a lot of questions about my dresses that I always buy. I'm a maxi dress loving sister, so I'm going to actually probably do a haul or something like that of things that I buy. And you know, y'all know I gotta have some Spanx, gotta have some good bras. That's what keep it looking good in them pictures, y'all. I'm not even gonna lie, there's no perfection here. But you know, I'll show you guys right now, just so you can see. All right, I don't know if you can see with the camera. So, do I have loose skin, y'all? Yeah, I do. Sorry about the strings on my leggings, but I do have loose skin, y'all. It's not a lot, and most of this is honestly just, you know, still a little fat on my body, but I'm not mad at the results. Honestly, my stomach's not really bad, and I can live with it. It's all right with me. I'm okay with it, you know, and he's okay with it. He know who he is, and if he's not okay with it, oh well, so be it. But hey, y'all, we'll be talking again. We'll be talking soon. We'll be talking about more things. You let me know what you want me to talk about, and click and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, same name, Jan's Journey _VSG. I'm there, and if you have any questions, just let me know. I'll be talking to you guys. Peace out, y'all.